Macau. A group of masked men pull off a clever scheme to steal hundreds of millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, then slip away from law enforcement with ease. The police suspect the operation was led by an experienced surveillance expert known as Shadow, and conclude that only another veteran can corner him. That's how Detective Huang Dezhong joins the investigative team. He's tasked with teaching modern officers how to track a target the old-fashioned way, without relying on cameras that Shadow's people can easily tap into. In the 2000s, Hong Kong cinema was fighting desperately for survival and searching for a new approach to the thriller genre. One of the key films of that era was the crime drama Eye in the Sky, produced by Johnny To, which told the story of an aging surveillance master and his novice protege. The film was showered with nominations and awards at Asian festivals and stuck in many people's memories. So much so that in 2013 it received a Korean remake, Cold Eyes. Another 10 years later, the rights to adapt Eye in the Sky were acquired by Larry Yang, a young director and screenwriter who had just released the relatively successful Ride On with Jackie Chan and was looking for his next project. Ultimately, though, Yang had no intention of making a direct remake. In The Shadow's Edge, he tries instead to revive the spirit of Hong Kong cinema from that era, but with contemporary material. Yang rewrote most of the original film, keeping only the basic formula, and the figure of the main antagonist, an elusive criminal who notices every detail around him and never takes risks. To emphasize continuity, Yang cast the same actor who played the villain in Eye in the Sky, Tony Leung Ka-Fai, and The Shadow's Edge ends up becoming something of a showcase for him. It's clear the marketing pitched The Shadow's Edge as a new Jackie Chan movie, but the legendary action star plays Huang Dezhong in an unusually subdued, understated manner. The film breaks many of the principles that once defined Chan's career. Minimal bloodshed, no firearms. Yet that also makes sense. Chan is now in his 70s, and his signature comic hand-to-hand fights are on the verge of becoming a thing of the past. He's no longer reshaping films around himself. Instead, he's trying to fit into the modern filmmaking landscape. The role of mentor, an elder, almost a father figure to the young investigators, suits him remarkably well. But ultimately, the movie is stolen by the far sharper, more electrically charged storyline involving Shadow and his adopted sons, the young thieves. As the plot develops, their relationship takes on an almost Shakespearean scale and intensity. Leung revels in the role of an aging yet still dangerous pack leader who cannot allow emotion into his life. It would clash fatally with his survival instinct. He conveys internal pain with mastery and radiates menace in every scene. It's a brilliant performance that will almost certainly earn him nominations at every remotely significant Asian film festival. The Shadow's Edge runs nearly 2.5 hours, and while there's enough plot to sustain that runtime, and the middle section on surveillance training is genuinely fascinating, the final act starts to feel a bit heavy. It's pure action at that point, though from a dramatic standpoint the film could have ended earlier. Not that there's anything wrong with the action itself. The movie opens with an equally thrilling and fantastical heist sequence, showcasing the young thieves, but afterward the action becomes more realistic, harsh, and brutal. And despite being in their 70s, Chan and Leung look just as good in these scenes as their younger counterparts. In the end, the result is a slightly overloaded but still excellent action thriller in the spirit of the best Hong Kong cinema of the 2000s. And it will undoubtedly stand as one of the brightest gems of Jackie Chan's late career filmography,